Of all of the daily routines, breakfast to bedtime, there is one that a fair portion of Studio 5 families would like to do better than any other, and that is to circle up to pray every day, to be consistent with more spiritual learning. So we threw the problem out to one expert, asking Studio 5 home and family life expert Maria Eckersley to share what makes scripture study most effective among families. And she is really bringing the solutions today. It's great to see you.
You too.
An important topic to so many families. Why do you think it's so challenging to fit in this spiritual moment, this dose of spiritual education into our everyday?
I mean, can I just be really blunt?
Give it to us.
I just think it feels old. And so when scriptures feel old, especially to kids who've grown up like on a digital diet, I think you need ways to like bring it to life. I mean, they're not old. They're actually, they can ignite with excitement. Your job is to sort of like light that spark.
I mean, but they are old. They're older stories, right? They're older passages, older language, older vocabulary. So you're saying find a way to make that modern connection.
Yeah, I mean, if my kids can bring scrunchies back and like vinyl back, I feel like we can bring the scriptures back. We just need to like warm them up a little bit.
I'm going to ignore the fact that you just compared the scriptures to scrunchies.
I know, right?
But that's fine. That's fine. And so really getting rid of the drag, not having it be the same every day. What's the #1 solution to igniting a love of the scriptures in kids?
Oh, I think for sure, hands down, #1, creativity. You gotta have you need to keep them guessing, right? I think what is hard about scripture study is they think they already know, right? They're hearing it in seminary, they're hearing it on Sunday, they think they already know. And what you need to bring is like, no, I've got something you've never seen before. Trust me. And especially if you can make that amazing thing actually apply to what they need in their life, which is what I do, that's where you find the magic.
And not just takeaways here for mom and dad, but for grandma and grandpa too. Right?
Seriously, so many grandmas come to me for these kind of tips because they don't want to just provide roast on Sunday, right? They want to like bring their testimony to the table.
Yeah.
But it's kind of awkward to just sort of shove that in at dinner. So if you can do some fun thing, your grandkids' eyes light up and they're like, "Whoa, what's grandma going to do next?"
What she got up her sleeve.
Then that's powerful.
It is still work, even if we're bringing the fun and we're packing in the creativity. What's the payoff in your opinion?
I mean, there are 100 payoffs, but I really feel like if you can create these happy bonding moments during scripture study, then those moments stick with your kids. Like the reason I care so much about making things simple and meaningful and memorable is because I feel like when they need those spiritual promptings, the Spirit can bring it back to their remembrance, right? That's what the scriptures teach.
Yes.
So if they can remember doing ridiculous things with their mom, then in the key moments, that'll come back and they'll be like, oh, this is what mom would do.
You're the queen of this, Maria. So give us some ideas we can work in this week.
Okay, so these are just all like could apply to any age. Let's just keep them guessing.
All right,
okay.
all right.
Okay, so this first one is, I call it like, by your fruits you shall know them, you know, that's scripture. Sometimes it's really hard, I think especially with teenagers, there's not immediate consequences to positive or negative choices, and it can get kind of tempting to be like, to coast. So this is a quick way to teach that.
Okay, let's see it.
I have here a boiled egg and a raw egg.
Oh no.
Can you tell which one is which?
You're gonna make me smack this on my forehead, aren't you?
In another object lesson I went.
Okay, no, I can't tell.
I can't either, and honestly, I don't know. So the way to tell is actually by putting them to the test. So you're actually gonna spin one, so I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
You're gonna take an egg like this, and we're gonna spin it, kind of like old pennies. Did you do this in high school? So you're gonna spin it, and if it can stand up, like that one, then you know it's boiled. If it stays flat like this, it's raw.
It's raw.
I don't have to look inside, I don't have to see any difference, but by their fruits, by the way they act, I can tell.
Look at that. They'd have a ball, kids of all ages, spinning eggs over and over. The object lesson being, by their fruits we shall know them.
Yeah, you don't have to get inside, you can tell by seeing how they act.
I love it. What's next?
Okay, so this one we're gonna experiment a little bit, and you're gonna get a little bit wet, so you might wanna like roll up your sleeves.
I'm here for it.
Okay, so I think one of the most incredible things about the scriptures is they have so many miracle stories, but you sort of have to like lean in to the Lord, right? You have to trust that He's gonna catch you.
Okay.
So to show this to my kids and give them that feel, we wanna do this experiment. So I'm gonna have you take this paper towel, you're gonna kind of bunch it up, and then shove it into the bottom of this cup.
Okay.
Just kind of wedge it down in there. We want it so that it can't tip out if I go like this.
Okay.
Great. Okay, so we're actually gonna take this cup with the paper towel. We're gonna dunk it all the way underwater. I want the plastic to touch the bottom of the plastic.
Okay.
Other way.
Oh, other way.
You wanna go straight down.
Ready?
Go. Okay, hold it there for a second. Now come back up. Now take the paper towel out.
It's dry.
Is it? See, I love it when it works.
Especially on TV.
Me too.
It's dry.
Yeah, it's dry. It's a miracle, right? It's something that they wouldn't expect, and you can be like, that feeling is what people like the brother of Jared felt when he had to get in a barge, right? That's the feeling. this can't possibly work, but look, here I
Oh
am.
wow, it happened.
Love
it
it.
happened. That's cool. That's cool.
Here.
Oh, thank you. You're so prepared. I was going to use my wadded up paper towel, but this works even better. Okay, what's this?
Okay, this is all about igniting a spark. So I really believe that if you can just ignite a spark in testimony, that big things can happen. We tend to think that's going to happen slow and over 40 years, but it happens fast, and there's a lot of good examples in the scriptures. So I feel like you got to show your kids that.
Okay.
How can something light up fast like a testimony?
Is this steel wool?
This is steel wool.
Oh my goodness.
Steel wool that I've just like pulled apart to like make this little cloud.
Okay.
And all you want to do.
Do I need to remind you that last time I tried one of your Halloween tricks, I legitimately almost burned down the first grade classroom? Remember? Is there any lighter involved?
There's a battery. Are you
Okay.
ready?
No, it's fine. Let's go.
Okay, so you're just gonna take this 9-volt battery,
Uh-huh.
and you're just gonna, these 2 probes, I just want you to kind of touch the edge of the steel wool and see what happens.
Oh.
Watch. Isn't this so fun?
What's happening? Oh my
So
gosh.
the sparks light up, you get this instant, like, it shoots across the steel wool. And I just think it's such a, like, happy, big visual. It doesn't take long, and it's an unexpected tool. You know
And
what I
again,
mean?
give us a religious application.
There are so many scripture stories that where the Lord gives them a tool that they never would have thought could have ignited a testimony, but it does, right? You see somebody like Saul who shifts to Paul like that, you know, or King Lamoni who lights up with testimony. I love it.
I could stare at this all day.
Isn't it mesmerizing?
I don't even know what happened or why it happened. I don't have the scientific knowledge or education to understand, but that's cool.
That's the great part about object lessons. I don't have to explain the science. I just explain the scripture.
I like it. How fun is that? All right, a couple more.
Trust in the Lord. Are you ready to trust?
I trust you.
Okay.
And the Lord, but today I trust you.
Okay, that's a good choice today.
Okay.
So this is my way of showing people how, like, there's going to be moments when you have to step into uncertainty. I think most of the answers, like, if you think of Moses trying to part the waves, he had to, like, walk towards it knowing that there was, like, utter disaster. And sometimes the Lord parts the waves right as you, like, say, okay, I'm in. I'm all in.
Okay.
So depending on how adventurous you're feeling, I gave you 2 options.
Let's do it.
You're going to swing this over your head.
Okay.
And this cup is going to stay on it. But if you're feeling daring, you can do
No,
the
let's
liquid.
start with the caramels.
With the caramels.
Yeah.
You knew. So I want you to kind
I'm
of
clearly not
step
Moses.
back. No,
Okay.
none of us are. So you're actually going to hold this way down.
Okay.
You're not a wimp. You got this.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I want you to go like this, and you're going to start it swinging, and then you just got to be all in, Brooke. If you go light, it won't work.
I gotta
So
go.
You got to be all in.
I got to step into the sea.
Yep.
Okay.
So you're going to swing it just over your head like this.
Ready for it?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
1, 2, 3.
Keep going. Oh, you
I
did
did it! Give me the water.
3.
Give me the water. We're out of time.
Ready?
My
Are you
producer's
ready?
Ready to kill
Okay.
me, but here we go.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm going to step back just a little.
Guys, does it ever not work? Yeah.
Of course it always works.
Of course.
Okay.
1,
Oh, I'm so proud of you. Go fast.
2, 3.
Right?
Did anybody just see that?
I feel like we need a slow-mo of that. That was amazing.
My heart's beating. All right, quickly, 30 seconds.
Last
Give us one more. That was cool.
This is talking about how adversity sometimes actually creates a place of peace. We often think, like if you think of Samuel up on the wall, he's got arrows shooting at him, but he's in a place of peace. So I want you to I want you to turn on the blow dryer.
We're done lighting.
It creates this big current, and now you're gonna try and balance a ball in the stream. So you might wanna hold it up a little bit. You just wanna get a feel for it. So what happened with Samuel the Lamanite is he was in adversity and he could have chickened out, and instead he's like, I'm staying here.
I'm
and
here.
Miracles happen. Like he gets protection and he has a place of peace.
And the adversity was blowing.
Yeah.
The adversity was...
Yeah. So we can apply to like 100 different scriptures, right?
Look at you, Maria.
Isn't
This
that
is so fun. And we call you the queen. You really are. This is what you do every week
I do.
through your online platform. How can we connect?
Yes, I have an online course called Creative Come Follow Me where I try to teach moms, teachers, grandmas how to do this. I know the creative part is scary to people, so I give you all those tips and then help you connect with your kids.
You're so good at it. Thank you.
Thank you.
For lighting the spark, bringing that modern, fun connection to what can be sometimes a tired task. We appreciate you.